All right. This is a Section 8 HAP contract, and this is the contract you would get between the Section 8 Housing Authority, your tenant, and yourself as a landlord. And actually, what the great thing about a HAP contract is, has all the numbers on there, contracts, dates, and whatnot, which correspond with your lease. More importantly, what utilities are included and whatnot, who pays what, landlord or tenant. But here it says basically the terms of the contract can be terminated. Let's see here. Not obligated to pay any late fees. So housing authority doesn't have to pay any late fees to you, so it protects them on their end. But the most important part is, let's go down to payments. As a tenant, they have a portion of Section 8 that they have to pay, or the rent that they have to pay. And it basically states they're responsible for paying the owner any portion of the rent. If they don't pay that portion of the rent, they are in breach of this HAP contract. And if they breach that HAP contract, they no longer can receive Section 8, the voucher program. So they're losing that money for the rest of their lives. So as a landlord, you want to make sure you read through the HAP contract. And if a tenant is late with the rent, you want to maybe just print this page out, highlight it like I do, and send them a text message. Hey, this is your portion of the rent. You have to pay X amount of dollars. If not, you're going to be in breach of your Section 8 housing. And usually after they get that notice, they're not late with the rent any longer. So you want to use the HAP contract to benefit you. Obviously, it benefits the tenant because you can't be a slumlord, and it benefits housing authority because they're protecting their interest as the intermediary paying the rent for the tenant, or the majority of the rent. Also, what's reasonable rent for increases, any damages, termination of tenancy, disturbance of neighbors, destruction of property. All this is spelled out in the HAP contract, and you want to use this to benefit you as a landlord. So criminal activity in the property, if they're selling drugs or whatever the case may be. And I've done it where I've seen tenants lose their Section 8 voucher because they didn't either respond to my cease and desist letters and continue the bad behavior, or whatever the case may be. All right. So as a landlord, if you are accepting Section 8 tenants, read the HAP contract, learn the verbiage in here, use it to your benefit, and that way you have less headaches moving forward with Section 8 tenants.